Path ahead for the Northwestern Wildcats this year begins with a really interesting game in Week 1. They head down to New Orleans to take on Tulane before coming home for their home opener on the lakefront, a Big Ten Network game against Western Illinois, and then big noon in town for the conference opener against the Oregon Ducks. So really intriguing start, but before that, you come out to Vegas, you hang out, maybe you sit on a throne. Anto Saka getting involved there. The Wildcats hoping for big things from Anto this year, and a couple other guys who are with us right now as well. Quarterback Preston Stone, running back Joe Himon. Fellas, I'm going to start with you two because you were both there last year, and 2 years ago you guys had a really good year. I think surprised a lot of people. Last year not quite as good. So how do you get back to being where it was a couple of years ago?
To be honest, it starts in the offseason. We were trying to hit it really hard this offseason. Obviously, we didn't perform the best that we wanted to during the 2024 season, but we just came back to the table, and Coach Brown just reminded us that we just need to grind, build each other's relationships up, and build each other's trust, and I think through our preparation we'll be fine.
Anto?
Yeah, just to echo what Joe said, it's really the mindset. Guys made a decision this offseason. They made a decision that after last year's season that we're not going to feel like that anymore. And we've taken upon ourselves to make sure that everybody, old guy, new guy, vet, rookie, that they're all on the same page and we're all pushing towards that goal of winning this year.
You guys mentioned Coach Braun. It's been interesting to kind of see his evolution. This is year 3 now for him as the head coach. How do you feel like he's put his stamp on the program?
Honestly, I think this is his 3rd year going in. I think he's getting just more comfortable in his role of being a head coach, and I think that he just wants to be more assertive, more dominant, and more confident just with his approach to everything.
Anto?
Yeah, with these years under Coach Brown's belt now, he has the vision, and he's instilled that in us through every team through every workout he's been at, that simply what happened last year can't happen again. He's been really involved with the offseason process, and he's just been hyping the guys up and making sure we're all in the mental space to go out and perform. Obviously,
part of getting better this year is getting better on offense, and Preston, I think you're a big part of that equation coming in from SMU. What made Northwestern attractive to you in the portal?
Yes, sir. Yeah, as soon as I stepped on campus in Evanston, I knew it was a special place, led by a special head coach and Coach Braun. On my visit, I got to spend time with some of the leaders from the team from the previous year, and you could tell that the player leadership was off the charts here at Northwestern. And I knew that this program was building something special and something that I had to be a part of.
It's pretty interesting to think about your position that you're in, because quarterback is such a leadership position. I mean, you talk about leadership, and just by the very nature of the position, you have to be a leader. What's the balancing act when you're someone who's coming into a program where there are lots of established players like these guys and many of the others who you met with in that leadership group when you came to visit? What's the balancing act between deferring to them, but being the leader you need to be as a quarterback?
Yes, sir. I'm just trying to be myself as much as I can. Once I showed up in January, I wanted to show my work ethic as much as I can on the field and build relationships as much as I can off the field. It's a huge testament to guys like Joe and Anto and other leaders who have been on the team for welcoming me in, and some of the other transfers that we have on the team this year. To where there's really no delineation between a freshman, a transfer, someone who's been here for 5 years. We're one squad right now.
One of the things that I think is interesting, you look through a lot of these preseason lists and who are the top quarterbacks in the Big Ten. I mean, you look at Preston's numbers from 2 years ago at SMU. I mean, off the charts, at top 15 in the nation in passing efficiency. I know you had an injury last year that ended up essentially costing you that starting job, but it's weird to me that more people aren't talking about him. So I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to talk about him. What makes Preston special at quarterback?
I think he's a great player. I mean, on and off the field, I think he's a great person. Obviously, he has a ton of experience coming from SMU, and I think during that 2023 season, I mean, he put up the numbers and showed why he's one of the best quarterbacks in college football, and I think that'll really show this year.
Yeah, Preston, he's just a gamer. Like I got that sense from the first moment he stepped on campus. One of the things that he said that really stuck out to me is that these workouts, I feel I should be doing every workout with y'all. If y'all squatting, I should be squatting. If I'm benching, then y'all should be benching, and vice versa. It's just he wants to be a part of the team. He feels like everything that he wants to be embodied in that Northwestern culture. So he just shows that he's got that grit, he's got that toughness, and then obviously from spring ball practices and some of his film, he shows that he can sling the ball. So that's always going to help.
Well, offense has been a challenge the last few years. Joe, you're certainly aware of that, and Preston, I'm sure you were made aware of it coming in. Give us a sense of where you think this offense could make some big jumps from where they were a season ago.
Joe, you want to speak on that?
I think we've been putting in a ton of work this offseason, Coach Lujan in the offense, and we've brought in some major key pieces to the portal, and also we have a lot of young guys that are play crucial roles during this season. And I think that once we, get established in the run game and do our thing there, it'll open up the pass game, and then it'll be very cohesive.
Give me some insight into the wide receiver group you're going to be working with, Preston.
Yeah, we've got an unbelievable wide receiver room with a ton of depth. I'd say just with our offense as a whole, we have a very balanced attack and can hurt you in a lot of different ways. And Coach Lujan, gives me the tools to, run the offense and make checks at the line in a way that is very advantageous for the offense as a whole. And so, I think for defenses that are scheming against us, it's going to be very difficult to find out what you want to emphasize when you're playing against us, because we got guys like Joe who can, play receiver, play running back. We got great tight ends, great receivers. It's gonna be tough for some defenses in the fall.
And so on the other side of the ball, defensively, a solid year from you guys last year. I know it wasn't quite where you wanted to be, but a lot to build on that side of the ball, and you're a huge part of that equation. It's amazing some of the NFL draft buzz. The Athletic had you as a first-round pick heading into next year. How have you kind of compartmentalized all of that?
It's been great, but obviously I can't do anything that I do without the guys on the side of the ball with me. Thankfully, we're returning a lot of key players from last year, and like you said, we had a pretty solid season, but we always looking to do better. But the defensive line group is stout as always. Our linebacker group is coming in, and we have our DBs. So everybody's been working towards being the strongest, the most solid defense in the conference. So basically, without them, I can't do what I do. So we're all working as a unit. We're expecting some big things this year.
And it seems like the big challenge for you is how do you go from being a guy who is an explosive play, a sack artist, someone who comes off the edge on third down, to being an every down guy. I mean, it's amazing. You haven't started a game yet at Northwestern. You're being talked about as a first-round pick. How do you evolve into that player? What are the biggest keys to becoming that guy?
Yeah, it's trusting my coaches, trusting my D-line coach and Coach Smith, trusting the strength staff, guys like Coach Spanos to get me where I need to be. I rely on Coach Smith to refine my technique on the first and second down so I can be an every down player. Coach Spanos has helped me get stronger in the weight room, get stronger out in the field, and put on some weight. I'm up 15 pounds. So it's just a lot of honing in on the coaching points and just being a listener, being a student, and just executing what's being asked of me.
Speaking of coaching, you guys have a new running backs coach, Aristotle Thompson. Tell me a bit about him. I know the Cal players absolutely loved him. What has he brought to that running back room with yourself, Cam Porter, who people are certainly very familiar with?
Man, Coach AT is a wonderful guy, man. Great person on and off the field. I think he's a true professional. Comes with a ton of experience, a ton of knowledge towards the game, and he's just been helping us understand the game holistically, like they do it in the pros. And honestly, he cares about us off the field too. So I feel like that helps just build our relationship with the guys, and he's been a wonderful addition.
What's it like kind of knowing that it's going to be a little bit of a running back by committee back there for you?
Honestly, it's great for us. I mean, we have a lot of key pieces in our running back room. Cam Porter, myself, Caleb Komolafe, and then some young guys that I'm sure will play a crucial role this upcoming fall. And I think it'll be very good to see, all of us put in good work on Saturdays.
You guys are playing on the lakefront for the second straight year before the new stadium opens. Preston, I know you didn't get a chance to play there, but for those who didn't get a chance to witness it, what makes that setting special?
Man, it's very special. Just playing out there on that lakefront and getting the crowd out there, getting involved, is very special. I mean, just seeing the lake on TV, and obviously when we're out there playing on the lake, it's a very special feeling.
Yeah, obviously it's an electric atmosphere, and what's really special about it to me is that it's in the heart of campus. So students are coming, and Wildcat Nation comes out and they support. They wear their purple and they're loud. They're giving their TNT chants. They're giving their Go Cats Go chants. It's one of the most electric venues out.
Yeah, it was really a neat setting. Got a chance to go out to the Duke game last year and kind of blew me away. The new stadium obviously is going to be amazing, the most expensive college football stadium ever built, and that'll be a year from now. Preston, as the new guy, how do you define success for this team this year?
I think we have a championship mindset in everything we do. That starts in the weight room, starts in practice, and I think going into camp this next week, it's going to be critical to define our culture as a team that finishes. I feel good about where we're at right now, and going into camp and going into our first few games. What I think is Northwestern football is going to be our ability to compete and fight in those championship rounds once we get in November.
Well, looking forward to seeing it. Again, opening up on the road against Tulane in what should be a really intriguing game. We'll see you guys at camp coming up here in a few weeks. Thanks for your time, guys.
Yes, sir.
Thank you
so
so
much for having us.